Hey guys, it's Len at Lion Strong Athletics. If you're a traveling professional or maybe you're on vacation and you don't have access to a gym, you don't have access to equipment, you're just there in your hotel room or you're home away from home, I want to show you an easy routine that you can do and stay on target towards your fitness goals. But before we get into that, hit the like and subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what kind of video you want to see next. Now this routine is full body. I've paired it in supersets, an upper body with a lower body. It's meant with no equipment except for what you might find in a standard hotel room. And we're going to be mostly for reps, but some of them are timed. So maybe having something that can time, like a phone beside you, is helpful for these. Let's hop into it. All right, our first superset we're going to get into is a Bulgarian split squat with a plank. Now, I'm not in a hotel room, but I've set up something that I think might be equivalent to a bed height. You're going to use the bed in the room to accomplish this exercise back to back. So our first exercise is the Bulgarian split squat. It's a leg exercise, unilateral, so we have to do both sides, and we're trying to target the glutes. So what I want you to do is stand with your back to the bed. I want you to put your foot up on that mattress with the top of your foot facing down. Now we're going to try and drop nice and low. And my goal here is to try and load up that glute on this side. I want to make this a glute exercise as much as possible, which means I'm pushing my butt back and I'm letting my chest fall a little bit. The majority of my weight is through my stance leg and not pressing off through my mattress leg. So right now I have a bunch of glute activation. I'm going to push off my heel to come up, keeping constant tension, and drive back right down, letting my chest fall, and load up that glute again. So my goal here is to do 10 to 15 reps on each side. So I would switch once I'm done, do my 10 to 15 reps here, and then we're going to go straight into a plank. And we're doing this so that we can keep our heart rate high. So on that plank, I'm going to use the mattress again. Now we could go off the floor, but I want to use the mattress because I have a shoulder exercise later, and I don't want to wear out my shoulders for that. So I'm relaxed on the mattress. I'm going to walk it back. Here's where I would have that phone timer right in front of me. I want to go for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I want to make it difficult, which means walking it backwards with my leg, creating a long lever. I want to drive my glutes forward and turn my abs on. And now I'm just going to hold this for that 30 to 60 seconds, depending on your level. If you're a beginner, just try and make 30 seconds at a time. So once I'm done with that exercise, you can give yourself a 30-second break and then go straight into those Bulgarians again. Back and forth for 3 sets. Hopping into Superset Two, we're going to target our hamstrings and our chest. We're going to do a hamstring hip thrust, and for chest, we're just going to do a push-up. Now I have this block again that's simulated a mattress or a chair. If you find that in the room, that might be a little bit easier for the hamstring exercise. And keep in mind, if you don't have either of those available, as long as you follow the technique for this exercise, you can do it off the ground as well. So hopping into the hamstring hip thrust. What I want to do is lay down on my back, face up, and have my feet go up onto the mattress or up onto the chair. Now my goal is to have roughly a 90-degree here and a 90-degree here. I can be relaxed with my head, but as I'm talking with you, I'm just going to lift myself up. So my goal here to activate my hamstrings is to drive my heels down through the mattress and push myself up into the air just like this. Now right now my hamstrings are activated. That's doing the work to hold me in place. So I'd want to hold that for just 1 second and then go right back down. So we're going to do this in reps. I want to do about 15 to 20. If you're a more advanced lifter and you need something a little harder than this, what I want you to do is at the top, you're going to hold and you're going to drive your hamstrings towards yourself, just as if you're doing a hamstring curl. If you're a beginner, you're just going to think about pushing your butt up to the roof and driving through those heels. One thing to avoid on this exercise is having yourself drive through the bottom of your feet. We want to make sure our toes are pointed up and we're driving through our heels. So, like I said, 15 to 20 reps. Then we're going to go into a push-up superset. Again, I like to do this on an elevated, but you can do it on the floor. We're going to line up just outside shoulder width on our hands. I'm going to have my elbows go back 30 to 45 degrees, pushing up. I'm going to keep constant tension here. I'm not going to lock out, so keeping that tension, and we're going to go into reps. Now what I want here is just failure. As many as you can possibly do until you go down and hit that mattress. And once you've done that, whatever rep range that might be, your chest should be on fire. You can take a quick rest and go straight into the hamstring again. We're going to do 3 sets of that. Moving on to our third superset, we're going to be targeting our quads with our back. For the quad exercise, we're going to be doing a squat. I'll show you a heel elevated squat or a toe squat. And then for the back, we're going to be doing a supine elbow row. So let's hop into the squat. I'm using a roller to simulate a towel that you can find in the room. You wrap it up tight, and we're going to put this under our heels to use as a heel raiser so that we can keep our back straight and we can target and isolate our quads more. So after you roll that up, what I want you to do is put your heels up onto that towel. So as we go down into this squat, it's going to keep my back nice and straight, and it's going to make sure that my quads are doing the work for me. Now, it's very important here that we keep constant tension. That means as I press up, this is as far as I want to come up, because right now I still feel tension through my quads, and at the top, I'm at rest. We don't want to be at rest. We want to always be working during this exercise. So I'm in this position here. I have tension through my quads. I'm going to go down deep into that squat and push myself up. If you need help with this, if you're a beginner, you can go beside the bed or beside the desk if there is one and help yourself with your hands and take some of the weight off for this exercise. We want to do 15 to 20 reps of this, and then we're going to hop straight into the elbow row. For the elbow row, you can lay on your mattress or you can lay on the floor. It's your choice. But we're going to be face up, laying down, and we want to have our elbows out at our sides, just like this. Our simulation here is as if we were rowing like this. I'm trying to row a cable in just like a pull-down machine, but I'm doing that against the ground. So legs are in a relaxed position here. I'm going to think about driving my elbows through the ground and pushing my chest up to the roof. I'm lifting myself up, and right now I feel my back contracting to hold me in place. Then I'm going to relax back down, and that's 1 rep. Drive up, contract, squeeze, and relax. Drive. So my goal here is 15 reps, activating those back muscles. It's very hard to activate back work when you don't have any equipment. So after those 15 reps, I want you to take a small break and then go back straight into those squats, 3 sets of each. Moving on to our 4th superset, we're going to be targeting our shoulders as well as our abs, especially our obliques. So for the shoulders, we're going to be doing what's called a rolling plank. And for abs, we're going to do what I call a penguin. Some people call them heel touches. So let's start with the plank first and how we're going to target our shoulders specifically on this exercise. I want to have your hands about shoulder width, and we're going to put them right on top of our shoulders like this and get into a plank position. Now I'm going to push myself forward, and this puts a lot of pressure on the front of my shoulders, and I'm going to push myself and roll myself back. And this is generated by my deltoid muscle, by the shoulder muscle, and it's barely any pressure through my abs. I'm then going to add a shoulder press and push the floor away and drive myself up into a downward dog. Now right here, my shoulders are holding me up. I'm going to roll right back into that rolling plank. And I want to have, ideally, a nice smooth transition back and forth from one to the other. I feel a lot of the blood pumping through my shoulders, lactic acid filling up, and my shoulders are on fire. My goal is to have about 15 to 20 reps of this, and then I can move straight into the penguins and target my obliques. So moving on to that, we're going to go face up, and we're going to lay down on our back. I want to make sure that I'm in a comfortable position, and I want to drive my abs down through the floor. It's okay if you pick up your head with it a little bit, as long as it turns your abs on. I'm then going to try to reach on one side and contract my oblique, and then alternate and reach on the other side and contract my oblique there. Now I'm going to rotate back and forth, nice and slow, so that I can contract each side and force the muscle to do the work, all while keeping my six-pack muscle contracted the entire time. We're going to do that for 30 reps, 15 on each side, and we're going to do 3 sets of each, back to back, and then we're done our workout. So as you can see, if you're away from home, you're on vacation, you don't need a whole lot of equipment to get through a workout. It's not ideal for muscle growth, but it still keeps you on target towards your goals. We paired a Bulgarian split squat with a plank, a hamstring hip thrust with a push-up, a toe squat with an elbow row, and a rolling plank with a penguin. Now the great part here is every single exercise is interchangeable. If you don't like penguins, you can do Russian twists or a comparable exercise. You don't have to stick to this. In fact, I encourage you to switch things out and have fun with it and explore what your body likes the most. Now, if you like this video, go hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and let me know some exercises that you do when you don't have equipment available to you.